Hi, welcome to Psychology 301, Scientific Thinking. My name is Sanjay Srivastava. I'll be your professor this term. Psychology 301 is one of my favorite classes to teach. A lot of classes in psychology teach you the what of psychological science, what theories and what findings we have. Psych 301 teaches you the how of psychology and of science overall, how we make discoveries, how we know what's good and bad science, and how science works overall as a system. Now, if you go on to take more classes in psychology, you'll be applying what you learn in this classroom to understanding what you learn there. But it's also my hope that even if this is the only psychology class you ever take, you'll be able to use what you're learning right away to better understand the world around you and scientific information you encounter. The pandemic and the need for social distancing means that we're doing this class remotely. Now, I know that's not what you signed up for, but I've thought a lot about what are the important parts of the traditional classroom experience and how can we try to come close to them in this new way of teaching. One thing you get in a regular classroom is structure. You show up twice a week, your professor tells you what's going on, what assignments and deadlines are coming up. We're not going to be able to have that. So one of the things about this class is that it has a regular rhythm with regular assignments due every week to keep you on track and moving forward. Every week is a new topic. We've got 10 weeks, so 10 topics. Each topic will be organized as a module in Canvas. Every module has a pretty similar structure. First, there's a reading assignment. Then there'll be a set of videos. Those will be me presenting material, kind of like what you'd get in a lecture in the classroom. Each video will be followed by some concept check questions. These are just basic questions designed to check whether you understood what you just saw. You're allowed to take those as many times as you want to, so even though they're graded, you should keep doing them until you figure out what the right answers are and get 100%. After the concept check questions and videos, there'll be a weekly worksheet assignment and then a feedback survey at the end of the week where you can tell me how things are going. The modules are always due Sunday night, but please don't wait until the last minute to get started on them. They'll take you some time. Spread them through the week. Get started right away. Now, another thing you get in the classroom is connection. You get to interact with your professor, and you get to interact with your classmates. This is another thing I'm trying to recreate in this way of doing the class. So every Tuesday at noon in Eugene time, when we normally would have had our class meeting, we're going to have a Zoom class meeting where you can ask me questions and hear a little bit from me, and where you can meet and interact with your classmates. We're going to try the breakout groups feature in Zoom. See how that goes. I've never used it before, but I've heard it's a good way to get small groups of people interacting, so you get to talk to your classmates some. Now, if you can't make it, and I understand that's not going to work for everyone's schedule, let us know. We're going to create online discussion groups where you can interact with your classmates at a time and in a way that works for you. Neither of these discussion formats, the Zoom or the online formats, are required. You don't have to do them, but they're highly recommended to keep you feeling connected to the class and learning and discussing more. 5 times this term, there will be quizzes. The quizzes will always open on a Thursday, and they'll be open for 48 hours, Thursday and Friday. During that time, you have to find an 80-minute window when you'll be uninterrupted because they're timed quizzes, and the timer starts as soon as you open them up. Each of the 5 quizzes will cover 2 weeks' worth of material. At the end of the class, there'll also be a research critique paper. This will be a paper where you apply the concepts that you learned in this class about how to evaluate scientific claims to a study that was covered in the media, and you'll write a paper about it showing what you've learned. Something really important that I want to acknowledge is that I know that the structure of this class will not work for every single student in it. You might have childcare responsibilities, you might have a job, you might have financial stress from losing a job. All kinds of things could be happening. God forbid you might even get sick, or someone you love and have to care for might get sick. If something like that happens, I don't want this structure to be a barrier to you. Please talk to me. I want to help. We'll figure out something that'll work. Thanks for watching. I hope this gives you a better idea of what's coming, and I'll look forward to seeing you in one of our Zoom meetings or online. Thanks, everybody.